Hey guys, my dad is doing a review on the Buck Kingsman knife. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, Pete here from knifeup.com. What I'd like to do today is a quick review on the Buck Kingsman everyday carry little knife. Very good looking knife, decent value, really good price, but we want to find out, is it even worth that? How good is it really? I'll give you my thoughts on that right now. All right, so we've got the Buck Kingsman here, and every time I talk about Buck knives, I like to let everybody know that they have an excellent warranty. It's a forever warranty, they call it, and it's good for the life of the knife. Materials and workmanship, it's awesome. You go to their website, and I just love it. They've got on their the first paragraph on their website, it says, God is the main partner in our business. So I think that's awesome. A couple of things about the knife. We kind of jump into details right away in our reviews. I tend not to get into the minutia of things like how many millimeters is this away from that and that sort of thing. That's fine for some people. Some of you guys that are really into everything technically. I'm just trying to give you an overall kind of, is this knife worth it? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it a waste of money? Is it a good deal? So that's really what we're talking about in our reviews. All right, a couple of things. As far as opening goes, the opening, there are no thumb studs. Instead of thumb studs, there is this hole in the blade, which serves kind of the same purpose. It does give your finger or your thumb a bit of a traction there, and so that's really the whole point. The steel in the blade is a 420 J2 steel, which is sort of a medium quality carbon steel. I would love for you guys to go to knifeup.com and just in the search area type in 420 J2. That's all you need, and there'll be a whole article that tells you all about the details of this type of steel. It's more durable than 440 steel, but it's not like super high quality. It's just sort of good for what this is, sort of a lower end priced, budget priced model. But it sure does the job, so we're good with it. Satin finish, hollow grind blade, which just means it's not as strong as it could be. You got to sharpen and maintain it more, but it slices very nicely. Drop point, it's got a swedge along the top there. The handle, sort of a glass-filled nylon, I think it is. It's got some issues, not huge issues. Along the top of the handle, on both sides and on the bottom as well, it's kind of sharp. The handle is a glass-filled nylon, and it's not a deal breaker. I don't think it's a huge deal, but I did notice it as soon as I opened it. I'm like, wow, it's kind of sharp along there. So you could take a piece of sandpaper and kind of just rub it along the inside edge of each side of the handle. So that would take care of that problem. I know you probably can't see it in there, but it does have, or in the video, but it does have inside, it's got steel liners inside the handle, and they are kind of recessed or nested, which is just a nice feature, more refined, cleaner look. The clip, I got to talk about the clip. Me and Buck knife clips. The last knife we did, the last Buck knife that we reviewed, had a clip that was so strong and aggressive that I literally couldn't even put it on my jeans. It got so bad that when I was just trying to put it on casually, I said, no, I'm going to make this work. And so I actually had to sit there for about 15 seconds and jam it on really hard, and I felt like I was going to rip the jeans. It never actually ripped, but it was so inconvenient that you would never use it. So that was a disappointment. But this one is not bad at all. This one goes on nicely. And you'll see kind of right in there, I don't know if you can see it, there right under my thumb are two screws. And the screws, of course, let you take that clip off if you don't want the clip, but unfortunately you can't put it on the other side. There's no place for that, so you don't have the left-handed option in this case. The look of the knife all around is, I think it's great. I love it. It's aggressive looking, but not too aggressive, if that makes any sense. It's just kind of got a good aesthetic to it. The weight, 2.4 ounces, which is really, really, really light. So that just bolsters its ability to be a really good everyday carry knife. It's 6 3/4 inches long, right from the back of the handle right up to the tip. And the blade itself is 2 7/8 inches if you measure right from that part of the handle all the way to the tip. So as far as the choil goes, the choil is just sort of a divot that happens right here so that you can sharpen the blade and not run into a chunk of steel. This one is okay. It's not great, but it has something there so that you can actually sharpen it right to the end and not run into the end of the blade. So we're okay with it, or I'm okay with it. I was going to say our team is okay with it. We got a bunch of people here, but it's not the best choil you can get. The jimping on the handle, or on the whole knife, it's all over the place. On the handle, there's jimping, and it's kind of pointless. There's a lot of it. It's like 1.5 inches long from here, where my thumb is, all the way to the end of the jimping on the blade. The jimping on the blade is fine. It's aggressive and it works, but on the handle, it's kind of pointless. It's not very aggressive. It's kind of rounded, and you can hardly feel it, and it's really pointless. But anyway, it doesn't hurt. There's also the ridges or jimping on the lock as well. So interesting that right here on the back of the handle is also jimping, so you can hold it like, I guess, like this. And there's a place for your thumb, or you can kind of go like this, and you've got a place for your finger. Not really necessary, just a fun little feature. As far as the cutting ability of it goes, I think it's actually pretty good. So it is decent. It's not as good as some knives that I've reviewed in the past, but also price point makes sense as well. This is a really inexpensive knife. This is it's a piece of cord, but it's almost like a wire. Like I'm holding it 1 inch above the wood here, and it's not touching the wood. It is as stiff as a piece of wire. And when I cut this, I mean, I put some pressure on it, but still I did the job really well. It's almost like a cable. And then when I cut it, I'll cut it with the tip. That just cut through pretty easily, and then that really wasn't too difficult. So it does the job pretty well in terms of cutting for any purpose you would want an everyday carry. Overall, it's not as smooth opening as some of the knives we reviewed in the past. I did a bunch of reviews from Ontario Knife Company, and yeah, they were much sturdier and they felt cleaner and smoother opening, but then they were like 3 times the price. So for what this is priced at, I would say you can't really go wrong. I think it's around 20 bucks on Amazon, and it's well worth it. If you have any benefit from a review such as this, I would love for you guys to go down to just below the video and subscribe and leave a comment. But you're not just doing that to be nice to me, although that would be great. If you guys subscribe and leave a comment, I'm going to do a random drawing with commentpicker.com in about 1.5 months, and I will send this knife to you if you get picked. All right, so it's not a bad deal, and there aren't very many viewers on my channel. I just started this like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something, the YouTube channel, so there's not many people there. So that means that your odds of winning this knife are probably as good as you could find anywhere on the internet. All right, so go ahead and do that, and I'll look forward to seeing your name there, your comment, and mailing this knife to you. All right, thanks very much for stopping by and checking out what we have on tap for this week. And until next time, stay sharp. All right, so we've got the Buck Kingsman. It has, every time. All right, so we've got the Buck Kingsman. And every time I talk about a buck knife, I like to bring to attention the that doesn't even make any sense.
Hey guys, my dad is doing a review on the Buck Kingsman knife. Stay tuned.